Mother captures intimate moment between brothers and then breaks down in tears. Childhood cancer is draining, frightening, and painful. A mother in Texas shared an unfiltered peek into how the disease impacted her family. Caitlin Burge posted stirring photos of her 4-year-old son Beckett leaning over a toilet with his 5-year-old sister Aubrey standing guard. Beckett was diagnosed with acute lymphoblastic leukemia over a year ago. Mom's heartbreaking photo captures the reality of her son's battle against leukemia as his devoted sister comforts him. Beckett Burge was diagnosed with acute lymphoblastic leukemia at the age of 2 in April 2018, and since then has spent months in hospital having chemotherapy. In the striking snaps taken by mom Caitlin Burge in January, selfless sibling Aubrey can be seen rubbing her brother's back while he leans over the toilet being sick, reassuring him everything will be okay. Despite being just 14 months older, little Aubrey then washed his hands, carried her brother to the couch, and offered to help clean the bathroom for her mom and 31-year-old dad Matthew Burge. Mama 3 Caitlin claims caring Aubrey shuns going out playing with her pals and would rather stay at home with Beckett so she can keep a close eye on him. Sharing the images of Beckett, now 4, and Aubrey, Caitlin says she's thrilled with their incredible bond, but admits to feeling sad that her little girl has been exposed to so much. The 28-year-old has decided to release the painful images to show the importance of family in times of crisis. Caitlin from Princeton, Texas, US said, "When I see them together, it makes me happy, but at the same time, it makes me sad. They have an incredible bond. To this day, they're closer. She always takes care of him," she added. Caitlin said that a child of 4 or 5 should be out playing with friends. She loves gymnastics, and we had to put a stop to that because of the financial burden. It got too expensive with the situation. She should be out doing gymnastics, running around the neighborhood with the kids, playing in the playground, swimming in the pool, but here she is taking care of her brother, she said. They're very close. They always play together. He'd play dolls with her and she'd play superheroes with him. Though the parents encourage her to go outside, she'd rather have her eyes on him, Caitlin said. Beckett came home after more than a month in hospital on Aubrey's 5th birthday. The youngster underwent chemotherapy, blood transfusions, and platelet transfusions during his stay. Caitlin claims the schoolgirl spent the day what had happened to her previously energetic and goofy brother, who had lost weight and was unable to walk unaided. Caitlin said, "That's a lot going on in the moment. When he's not tired and worn out, Beckett's a very happy person. He's very bubbly and goofy. He's never met a stranger. He'll talk to anyone and anybody. But he's had a rough time, and while he was in hospital, Aubrey went to her grandma's house and his younger sister Chandler, who's nearly 2, went to her uncle's. Everybody was split up and they spent some time apart. When he came home, it was the day of her birthday. It was her first time seeing him since he'd been diagnosed. He was very petite, couldn't walk, and he'd lost a lot of weight. To her, it was very odd and he looked different. We weren't really sure how to handle the situation or if we wanted her to know what was going on. But whenever we came home, Aubrey was trying to work out why he didn't want to play. It wasn't like him. She wondered why he was sleeping all the time and needed help in the bathroom. He'd just be sick and he'd never been sick before. She didn't know what was happening, but she knew from experience that when she was sick, we'd rub her back and help her through it. She just picked up from experience and took over. She'd rub his back and tell him it was going to be okay, clean his face up and wash his hands for him. Right after that happened, she also carried him back to the living room and put him on the couch. She asked me if she could clean the bathroom too, but I told her to go and sit down because that wasn't her job. She takes it upon herself to help and make sure everything he comes into contact with is clean. She's another set of eyes." Aubrey, who started preschool this summer, continues to worry about her best friend despite her parents' reassurance. The smart little girl will look through pictures of her brother and ask questions about all the medical equipment surrounding him, desperate to have her play buddy back. "We took pictures of him while in hospital and she scrolls through them on my phone. She asks a lot of questions. She's a very smart little girl. She'll go to my picture and ask, 'Why does he have a mask on?' and we'll tell her. She's watched a dozen doctors throw a mask over his face, poke and prod him with needles, pump a dozen medications through his body, all while he laid there helplessly. She wasn't sure what was happening. All she knew was that something was wrong with her brother, her best friend. We explained everything to her and got her social worker involved. He's in maintenance right now and he'll continue his treatment until August 8th, 2021. He has chemo every single night, then he has an antifungal for an infection he had when officially diagnosed. He's on the normal protocol, the steroids every month for 5 days, going to the clinic for chemo through his port, then a pill at home every night."